Hello, friends, and welcome to another story time with Lorelei. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Today, we have The Other Side of the Story, Fairy Tales with a Twist. Of course, you think the giant was the bad guy, terrifying poor little Jack. Until now, you've only heard Jack's side of the story. Well, the giant's on the next page, and he's ready to spill the beans when we read, "Trust me, Jack's beanstalk stinks. Of course, you think I was the bad guy, terrifying poor little Jack. You don't know the other side of the story. Well, let me tell you the story of Jack and the Beanstalk as told by the giant." People think it's easy being a giant. You get to be rotten, grumpy, and loud. You're big and tough. You have gobs of treasure. And nobody tells you to behave. Giant life is no picnic, though. It's hard to find shoes that fit. My knees hurt from the weight of my huge body. And I'm always hungry. Always. But the worst thing? Humans. Humans are part of a balanced giant breakfast. But when you're not eating them, they're a real pain. Sometimes they laugh at me behind my back. They call me stinky and fatso. They ring my doorbell and run away. Ha ha ha! Very funny. This boy named Jack was extra bold. He came up through the clouds one day while I was out gathering a small breakfast. He tricked my wife into feeding him, then hid inside my house. I mean, come on! Who would hide inside a human's house? That's a crime. Well, he didn't trick me. I could smell him. He smelled delicious. Maybe you still smell that kitty casserole from supper last night. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I said. In giant, this means something like, "Go home now. I promise I won't eat you." But he stayed in his hiding place, the little booger. After breakfast, I took a nap, like I always do. Eating makes me tired. And when I did, Jack stole a bag of gold. Humans, nutritious and sneaky. Sometime later, Jack came back again and again. He tricked my wife into letting him inside. When I came home from picking up a light breakfast, I could smell him. I knew who it was. Maybe you still smell that little dude stew from supper last night. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I yelled. This can also mean, give me back my gold and we'll call it even. I definitely won't eat you. But he didn't come out. Just like before, I ate my meal and tried to forget about Jack. I relaxed with my goose, the one that lays the golden eggs. soon I took a little snooze. Of course, that pesky boy couldn't let a guy rest. You know what he did? He stole my goose, the lousy, no good, miserable thief. The last time Jack came around, I called out, "Fee, fi, fo, fum!" This can even mean, "Darn it, I'm really angry now." My wife and I searched, but we couldn't find him. I kept looking, but soon I got hungry. Big surprise. After breakfast, I enjoyed some lovely music. My golden harp sang to me, and the sound was even sweeter than boy berry pie. I rested my eyes a bit. I'd finally forgotten about Jack. The next thing you know, my harp is calling, "Master! Master!" Jack was running off with it, and I thundered after. I almost caught up to them too, but they disappeared into the clouds. And there it was, a big beanstalk. Jack was climbing down it. Well, I'm a smart guy. I know a dangerous thing when I see it. I didn't want to go down there. No way. But then my harp called out again. So down I went. Down, down. That stalk was wobbly, but I kept going. The beanstalk shook once, twice, then toppled over. Jack had chopped it with an axe. I fell and broke my crown. That's an old-fashioned way of saying I whacked my head real good. Even if you're a big, tough giant, that hurts. My wife said I should forget about Jack, but sometimes I still look through the hole in the clouds. Jack and his mother got rich selling golden eggs. They fattened up nicely, and Jack got married. My golden harp sang at the wedding. It was a lovely party. I tell you one thing, someday when my crown feels better, I'm going down there to get my stuff back. Maybe I'll grab lunch while I'm there too. Let's think about it. Read a classic version of Jack and the Beanstalk and compare it to the Giant's version. List some things that happen in the classic version that don't happen in the Giant's version. Why do you think those parts were left out of the Giant's story? The classic version of Jack and the Beanstalk is told by an invisible narrator. This version is told by the Giant, from the Giant's point of view. How might the story be different if it were told from another character's point of view? What if Jack, Jack's mother, or Giant's wife told the story? The classic version of the story lets readers know that Jack and his mom are very poor and hungry. The Giant's version doesn't talk about that. How does leaving out this information change the story? The Giant says it's hard to be a giant. Humans bother him, and he just wants to be left alone. Do you believe him? Why or why not? Glossary. Character. A person, animal, or creature in a story. Narrator, a person who tells a story. Point of view, a way of looking at something. Version, an account of something from a certain point of view. Today's story is a fractured fairy tale, which changes the original story more extensively, resulting in a new lesson or moral on issues in the world today. I have many others in this series, including Cinderella, The Three Bears, Rapunzel, and many others. Check them all out on my channel, Storytime with Lorelei. And don't forget to click like and share these with all your friends. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.